covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, hey, good Thursday. Thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather. I'm Joe Ellison.
And I'm Tiffany Lee. Early voting starts October 21st. Local election workers are testing out their machines. The Benton County Election Commission spent the last 3 weeks testing their 550 touchscreen devices and 63 ballot boxes. They say they make sure things are ready by casting a ballot for every candidate in every precinct on every piece of equipment. Election coordinator Kim Dennison says that they're prepared for any issue that could arise and says people can feel confident in casting their vote.
This is why we do our testing process, honestly. Those ballots that we're voting on our machine, we know exactly what those results are supposed to be when they come out of there, so we can verify that that equipment is reading the barcodes just as it should.
The Benton County Election Commission says anyone is invited to stop by the office to see how they test their machines. Well, a plan to expand Arkansas's medical marijuana laws appears to be heading for the ballot in November again.
The state Supreme Court ordered the Secretary of State to verify another 18,000 signatures on a petition effort. The signatures in question were gathered during a cure period at the end of the summer by the group Arkansans for Patient Access. The order says that the Secretary of State's office has to file a report and notice of compliance by Friday at noon. And the dock workers' strike is entering its 3rd day. Ports from Boston to Houston shut down this week after dock workers walked off the job.
Here in Arkansas, grocery stores have already planned ahead, hoping to avoid situations of limited stock supplies. Similar to the port strike we saw on the West Coast in 2015, the issue is coming from their want for better wages and less automation at some of the sites. Now, there are questions surrounding how long the strike might last or how it will affect us here in the natural state. But experts say it's not as bad as you think at the moment.
Let's don't make this a toilet paper of 2020 all over again. And if consumers don't panic and go and bulk buy, I think there'll be plenty to go around for all.
Little Rock Port Authority Director Brian Day says there is no telling how long the strike will last until compromises are made. Arkansans can continue to normally stock their pantries. And as financial experts say, the message is to not panic. All right, we're going to get to more news and headlines for you in just a minute.
But first, here's Zach with a check of today's forecast.
Hey ladies, we got temperatures jumping up there to close out the work week and head into the weekend. Unseasonably warm weather building in rapidly. Upper 80s with a 90-degree reading or 2 possible, but mostly upper 80s expected in northwest Arkansas, 80s in the Boston Mountains. We'll look for temperatures to have a little better chance to mix in some low 90s in the River Valley. A lot of upper 80s here as well. Could get up to 91 degrees in our warmer spots. We'll slip back down, another cool evening, overnight, morning, and then we'll warm back up as we go into Friday. We're on record watch. Record 91 Fayetteville for Friday. We're forecasting a high of 92. The record 94 looks safe right now in Fort Smith. But again, we're already plenty warm with highs expected to be in the low 90s, around 92 degrees. Again, we'll stay in the upper 80s, the low 90s through the weekend. Next front, ladies, arrives Sunday night and a Monday. That'll cool us back down as we go through the first half of next week.
Thanks for that, Zach. Well, Arkansans are watching Helene recovery efforts and even helping out by going to those hard-hit areas.
5 News reporter Rachel Williams spoke with Sheepdog Impact Assistance, and the nonprofit shared how it's been able to help out so far.
As of Wednesday, around 25 Northwest Arkansas volunteers are in Live Oak, Florida, helping with Hurricane Helene recovery efforts.
Every day has been different, but the majority of what we're doing is a lot of debris clearing. We're also doing some muck outs, and we're doing a lot of tarping on roofs.
Crews are helping residents around the clock, enabling emergency crews to focus their attention on the highest needs. John Parker, the marketing manager for the organization, says they really feel like they're making a difference.
Over the past 48 hours, we've been to 15 different houses. We've tarped 10 different roofs. We've probably removed, I think it's 45 to 50 trees that were down in driveways, yards, on top of fences. So we've really done a lot in a very short amount of time.
But their work isn't done yet.
We're going to finish out the week. We're going to head back to Arkansas there to the headquarters. We're going to refuel. We're going to pack up again. And then we've got between 40 and 60 volunteers heading to North Carolina on Monday.
Asheville, North Carolina, experiencing some of the most devastation across the Southeast.
It's a very devastating situation there, a lot with the flooding mostly. So there's a lot of stores that are closed, gas stations are closed. So we're trying to gather up as much of the needed items that we can get and take them down there with us.
Sheepdog will be in Asheville for 6 days, which could change based on what they see.
Every situation is different, and with a lot of flooding, there'll be a lot of mucking out of different buildings, clearing out the mud and debris. But for us, everything is fluid. You know, we're veterans and first responders, so we get it. We're always ready to do whatever we need to do to make a difference.
Covering news where you live, Rachel Williams, 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here on this Thursday.
Catch up with us here tomorrow for more. Have a great day.